Okay, story time for East Central Indiana, specifically Muncie. On the heels of the Charlie Kirk shooting and death, violence is never necessary. Violence should not be used, especially in political circumstances. He did say some horrible things like this.
I think it's worth it. I think it's worth to have a cost of, unfortunately, some gun deaths every single year, so that we can have the Second Amendment to protect our other God-given rights.
However, a friend of mine made some comments on another friend's post with the sentiments pretty much that, he had it coming, like basically what he preached came back and bit him in the ass in the end. A friend of mine, well, they made some comments. He got exactly what he's been preaching his entire career for the past decade. It came right back to him. I mean, look at some of the things that he has said.
So you're comparing abortion to the Holocaust?
Absolutely, I am. In fact, it's worse. It's worse.
Do you truly, in your heart of hearts, truly believe that this is a human being? This,
Without a doubt.
without a doubt,
Yes.
this is a dolphin fetus.
Anyway, my friend was the president of the Human Rights Council in Muncie, and they made some comments online, which, may have not have been the most professional, but everybody reacts differently to traumatic events. My neck of the woods is a local political commentary YouTube podcaster by the name of The Political Spotlight. The Political Spotlight is made up of 3 contributors: Chris Bilbrey, Brandon Rudd, and Kate Thornburg. It's changed names a lot of times. However, I do remember at one point this man by the name of Joshua Kimbrell, he was the main contributor to this podcast. It was called something different then, and he was a main contributor, and he is a known child predator in Randolph County. You can look that up. Out of all the topics that this political show could come up with, they decided to attack the president of the Human Rights Council in Muncie, Indiana. Out of all the topics, of the tragedies that happened yesterday, from the Charlie Kirk shooting and death to the shootings in Colorado, they decided to go after a person who dedicates their life to human rights, disenfranchised people in the LGBTQ community, and our trans youth. They posted a podcast that was a hit piece, and it caused them to step down and resign because they didn't want any negative light coming to that organization. The Political Spotlight isn't real journalism. They don't care about the country. They say they do. They don't care about the state. They say they do, but they don't, because they don't cover shit that actually matters, like this bullshit gerrymandering and the meeting in Washington, D.C. They don't cover the fact that the president and his regime is sending troops into American cities. They don't cover any of the atrocities being committed by the people they defend. And they try to say they're independent, but they're not. They're right-wing. They're bootlickers to a authoritarian regime. They also have connections to a known child predator, but to go after somebody who is leagues above them when it comes to protecting human beings and helping people who actually need help is disgusting, and it's wrong. If you did listen to them, it'd be a good idea to stop, since it's not real journalism and it's solely entertainment, which is a fraud, because that's not what they claim to be about. Anyway, thank you, Stephen, for all of your hard work. That was truly, truly unfair, what they did. They're hypocrites, plain and simple, and it was all for likes and views. And I'm sorry that you got caught in those crossfires.